everyone. So today, rather than doing a vlog, I thought that I would do a little 10 weird wonderful facts about me video. So the first fact, is that the first fact is that I basically, since driving with hand controls, have only, if you exclude hire cars, I've only driven Mercedes-Benz cars. It's nothing to do with brand bias. It's purely the fact that as someone using hand controls, I find it the easiest car to drive. Tesla and Mercedes are the only cars that have everything on the left-hand side of the car, as opposed to having like washers and things like that on the right-hand stalk. I'll give you an example. One of the hire cars that I had was a Peugeot. The screen wash was basically on the right-hand side. Now my hand controls are on the right-hand side, so I wasn't able to use the screen wash. I wasn't able to wash my windscreen or anything while driving, and it used to really annoy me, and it made me just want my car back even more than I already did. So that's that one. Fact number 2 is I actually make some of my own clothes. I have my own little book of designs, which actually tomorrow's vlog I might show you, because I need to go and I'm doing like a sorting out day tomorrow. So I will show you that one, and I will show you some of the designs. But I basically, when I was younger, my gran taught me to knit. So I do knitting, I do sewing work, I do everything else. But yeah, some of my own clothes I do make my own design and make my own clothes sometimes. But I'm gonna get really back into it once I've lost all the weight. Which I suppose helped me really in terms of getting my new wardrobe. So yeah. Okay, so fact number 3. I am really bad at keeping to diet. I know, shock horror, given that I'm currently losing weight. But seriously, this process of losing weight has really taught me that I need to be more hard on myself and more authoritative on myself and stick to things. I used to, when I was younger, I kind of had like a really narrow, a narrow mind, like literally just, I was on one track and that was it. And with dieting, it's been really difficult to get onto just a straight track and keep on it. So I'm surprised I have lost the amount of weight that I have already. Obviously, I've moved my target weight down a bit. So I was originally aiming for 67.5 kilos. I'm now aiming for anywhere between 60 and 65. However, that weight basically depends on my actual waist measurement, because I'm doing a waist measurement thing as well. So my target waist measurement is 27.5 inches, which is 1.5 inches more than what it was pre-injury, because I did have a 26-inch waist pre-injury. However, I basically decided that I wasn't gonna. I've promised everyone that I'm not gonna go to the weight to like the size that I was. So I've had to agree to people that I would go to that size. However, when some of my jeans and that, I actually realised were that I've got, when I first had my injury, are actually like 27, 28 inch sort of like waistbands. So I kind of said to everyone, once I fit back into those jeans that are in that wardrobe, that's when I'll be happy with the size that I am. So I've got a bit of a way to go yet, but I will be so much happier when I finally reach that stage and I'm finally back to where I was, or almost back to where I almost was, basically. You know, and a lot of my clothes that are starting to get too big for me, I'm already selling, because I don't want to keep them. The moment they're too big for me, I'm like, okay, you can go. And then I'm bringing more stuff in. Because a lot of my clothes that I had when I first started putting weight on after my injury, I've kept, because I knew that one day I was going to get back down, and I was going to end up sort of like going, you know, obviously I needed those clothes to help me. So I've started using them. But basically, yeah, this whole process has just taught me a completely different mindset. And it's one of those things where it's like, I'm hoping to get back. I'm not pushing my weight too much, because obviously where I've been ill, I did have a target. I did have the target to be there by the end of April. Pardon me. I've now shifted it to mid-June. So by mid-June, I want to be where that's my target. It gives me 3 months. It gives me just over 3 months, and just over 3 months to lose. If I end up being 65 kilos when I get back down to my waist, then it gives me approximately. It gives me just over 3 months to lose 12 kilos, because I'm 12 kilos off of my target weight, which is almost 2 stone, I think. Something like that. But yeah, I basically just, once I'm back to back to that level, I'll just be so much happier with myself. So yeah, number 4 is that oh my god, this is gonna be really funny actually. Weird fact number 4. I never originally wanted to get into blogging and vlogging. So before everything happened with my spine, I had 3 industries that I was going to go into, and they were literally the order of industries, and they're all to do with my hobbies. And I have the weirdest hobbies ever. If you don't know me, then yeah, I have the weirdest hobbies ever. Basically, first one was so the 3 that I was looking at going into, when I was younger, so sort of like from about 11 upwards, I kind of basically was like, I want to go into Formula 1, the airline industry, or the rail industry. When I was about 16, I kind of, Formula 1, I was just like, okay, you know, I kind of went through this phase where I don't even know what happened. I think I started focusing more on rail or airline industries to go into. It's after I did my work experience. After I did my work experience with for the rail industry, I literally straight away was just like, okay, this is the industry I want to go into. So, you know, if my spine hadn't happened, I would have never been doing this. I would have never been doing the blogging and things like that. And it's really interesting, actually, because someone said to me after my spine that I'd never work in the industry, like in the travel industry in any capacity, which is hilarious, because now I'm blogging about the industry. So, yeah, just my moral of the story from that one is, if someone tells you you can't do something or you won't do something, prove them wrong, and then go back to them and just be like, ha, told you so. So factor number 4, leading on from the whole weight loss thing, I am a massive fitness freak. Basically, purely because of the fact that I need to keep my muscle up as much as possible so that I can actually continue to push myself and be as independent as I can be. As well as playing wheelchair tennis, I also have this whole thing, like, not at the moment because I'm recovering, but usually where, for example, Monday I'll go gym, Tuesday I'll go swimming, Wednesday go gym, Thursday swimming, etc, etc. So I'm pretty much there every single day. And then as well as that, I kind of, ever since I got my Apple Watch, I basically turned into this massive, like, freak of making sure that I'm burning so many calories a day, just to make sure that I'm always in, like, I'm always in a deficit. So my calories from food, I normally eat about 1,100 calories a day, which, and some people will be like, oh, that's too low, you need 1,200 a day to make sure you're not going into starvation mode. But the thing is when you're a wheelchair user, you don't use your leg muscles either at all or not as much. Obviously, obviously mine can't be used at all apart from when they decide to try and go into a spasm, because I have no voluntary movement, so, which is really annoying. It's an absolute crap. Basically, spasms are involuntary movement, and that's the only time my legs move is when they go into spasm. So, yeah, it's not great. Fact number 6. This is probably going to be a really interesting one, actually. I'm not too sure. Yeah, this should be quite interesting for you lot. So fact number 6, if you haven't guessed it already, when it comes to computers, technology, things like that, I'm very brand biased. I prefer Apple and the OS system to Windows. I prefer Apple to Android. I prefer, basically, anything Android or Windows I can't get on with. I hate Windows computers and I hate Android phones and tablets and things like that. So I'm very brand biased compared to, I'm very brand biased towards Apple. I have like various iPods from over the years. I still have like my first iPod that I got when I was like 6. I also have my various iPads, my various phones. I haven't got rid of any of my iPhones. How sad is that? And then I also still, obviously, I have my MacBook as well, but I'm looking at getting an iMac at some point, because I'd love a desktop Mac again. I'd love to have a desktop Mac. But yeah. Okay, so fact number 7 was that in college, as well as doing BTEC Travel and Tourism, I also did my first year of college, I did business, economics and geography. I basically decided after my first year of doing A-levels I didn't want to continue with them, so I switched to travel and tourism. Basically, the really funny story behind it is that basically my first year of A-levels, geography, it was really difficult because we constantly had new teachers after our really nice tutor left, and then we got all these random people. Economics was don't even go there, basically we didn't have a teacher for that either. Business was the only one that was alright, but basically like after that I was just, nah, I can't deal with this, so I decided to do my BTEC in Travel and Tourism. Fact number 8. This is going to be really, really weird, actually. Okay, so fact number 8. Asked me if there were brands that I wouldn't work with purely because of personal connections, and there is one brand who I won't mention, who basically I would never work with on a paid basis. I give them loads of free advertising anyway, bless them, but because I have such a personal connection with them, I kind of would feel really bad about them paying for me to advertise their company. So, yeah. Fact number 9 is that when it comes to my hair, I am a massive fan of Purple shampoo and conditioner. At the moment, I'm using Charles Worthington on my hair in terms of my toning shampoo and conditioner, and then obviously I use the Aveda range at the other washes. So I tend to use toning, conditioner and that on my hair once or twice a week, and then the other times I'll use the Aveda stuff. I also use Purple hair mousse. So Charles Worthington also do a colour correct mousse that basically stays in for 2 or 3 washes. At the moment, it's really helping when in certain lights on the camera, because if you didn't see the Top Gear video, go and watch it. My hair looked super nice in that video, in the sunshine, and I'm trying to get my hair to a really light blonde anyway, but I'm doing it gradually as opposed to all at once. Purely because of the fact that if all of a sudden I decide, actually I kind of like my hair how that is, rather than going any lighter, then I can leave it like that, as opposed to saying, I want my hair to be a little bit darker than, you know, what it would be if I did it first time, all in one go. And then the last fact about me is I have this absolute obsession with dressing my chihuahua up. Yep, I love basically just getting like jumpers on Fudge because he can't control his temperature very well and he gets cold really easily, so he has a whole little wardrobe currently being built up gradually for him. He's using part of my wardrobe, bless him. The latest edition, if I can get him, hang on. Fudge! What do I have? I have treat! He might come up. But the latest edition I have is a really cute tartan jacket, and he's got it on this morning. I'm going to try and do a photo, actually, for his Instagram. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. But, yeah, it's all good. So, that was 10 weirdly wonderful facts about me, and see you tomorrow for another video. Bye bye.